First, how do you read these numbers? Madeline, of course, is the clear victor. What do these numbers mean to you?
Well, I think in general, Madeline absolutely did a very good race. Carlo Dizon did a great first showing. I think he ran a great and admirable race. And I think it's going to boil down to, in the general election, of course, Blas versus Bradalio. And Bradalio is a formidable incumbent. She's not a marginal incumbent by any means.
Does it mean anything to you that more people voted against Madeline than for her in this race?
Well, I think that in a primary it's not for or against, but it's among. There's always a part of the Democrats that are always in tension that won't vote for the status quo, but then later they fall into the status quo. So I think
they're not going to go vote for Blas.
Most of them I don't think will. But that, of course, is going to be Blas's challenge, and that's why it's an uphill challenge.
Jonathan Diaz. What does that say, 84? I
think that that's a community statement that people were not happy with the things that were said, and the translate of that is leaders missed an opportunity to express community values, that this behavior was unacceptable, so the voters showed the leaders that this behavior was unacceptable.
On the face of it, it looks like Doris Flores Brooks dominated the former governor. How do you view these numbers?
I don't really agree with that. I think that Doris was named, Carl Gutierrez was not named. To me, in every test we've done of this is a head-to-head race. Gutierrez was a write-in. This is a very good showing for a write-in. And this is not counting the spoil ballots or the uncounted or the ballots that were improperly marked. And so I think that while 14 to almost 5 is a very, very big gap, this is just a primary, and this is just the setting the stage for a very tough public auditor's race.
His name will be on the ballot.
His name will be on the ballot, and he will be a contender, and this will be a close race.
Democratic senatorial candidates. Dennis Rodriguez on top. A surprise?
No. Just a good, solid Democrat candidate, not flamboyant, working hard. He's genuine.
Frank Uggan and Tom Atta finishing strong. Frank Uggan coming back after an absence.
Sure. Frank Uggan is a standard Democrat candidate. He always does well. Tom Atta, absolutely, just like Rodriguez, has a proven community interest record that he really shows that he's there for the community.
The Fab Five were under attack during this campaign season. How do you read these numbers for Juan Pat, Respicio, and Gutherz?
If we looked at the numbers in between the 4th or 5th down to the 11th or 12th, there's not a big gap there, and this is a party election. And we're talking about maybe 600 votes difference between the two.
Talk to me specifically about Gutherz here.
Having numbers like this is fairly characteristic, and then you end up seeing the coalescence later.
She still has a chance.
Oh, absolutely.
Finally, let's turn to some of the individual GOP races here. Some surprises at the top. Newcomers. What do you read in those numbers?
Advertising. Absolutely. And both Morrison, he did the legacy of all the governors, lieutenant governors kind of ad. Good advertising, very effective advertising for Morrison. Lim Tiaco had very, very good advertising.
Should Sam Mabini be concerned?
Well, you know, the old saw, I say it all the time, you run unopposed or you run scared. Any of the 30 candidates needs to be concerned. Mabini will certainly increase at the general election because she has a big crossover number from our previous election data.
Do you think the Republicans have a chance of taking control of the legislature?
The Republicans absolutely have a chance to take control of the legislature.